Hello, everybody. My name is Sarabi, and this is the How to Build a Sports Packages training. I'm going to go ahead and share my screen here. So sports travel is one of those things where you don't really think about it as much. Like there's a whole host of things that you can do with it, right? So there's like a whole bunch of different sports. You can do NFL travel, you can do college travel, you can do like golfing, hockey, whatever. There's so many different things that you can do with it. And honestly, it's like a whole like total different like untapped market that you can actually reach with selling sports travel. So there's two different ways you can build a package with that. The first way I'm going to show you is through one of our suppliers. And then the second way is going to be building it from scratch. So going through your travel cafe, if you go to suppliers and how to register, it'll take you to all of our preferred vendors, right? So this one is going to be found under our agent universe. And then once you go through there, you're going to actually go to, well, you will have to be registered with them, have your like agent profiler and everything like that already set up. And then once you set that up, then you're going to go to the preferred suppliers and then go to search from A to Z. And then you're going to find one that says road trip sports travel. So I already am registered. So I didn't go through the whole process there, but once you find it, it'll take you to this landing site here. And what this does is it helps you build luxury sports travel packages. So we are going to look for, let's say we want to go to, let's try the World Cup. But as you saw on there, right, there's a whole bunch of different events that you can search for. So it has a World Cup, it has a Super Bowl, Masters, Summer Games in Paris, Wimbledon, right? Different sports. If you want to hone in on a specific sport, they have all those on here as well. But this is specifically for 2022 World Cup packages. It has the dates here, and then it has all the stuff that's related to that particular sporting event. So you have the different packages available. So our group stage, follow your team. If you actually follow soccer, you can look to see when your team is playing and go based off of that. If you want to go based off of the rounds and to all the way up to the finals, or if you just want to look for finals week. I'm sorry, this is going to keep popping up here. All right. So scrolling down here, it has all the packages, how much the available packages are from like starting prices, right? So the lowest one here, the rounds start from $9,275, and then they go all the way up to $18,000, depending on what your team is. When you want to build a custom package, you can submit a quote here, request a quote, and then just go down here and look at all the different information that is available. So what the package includes. So hotels, these are the different hotels that they want. If you want to click on the specific one with the details, you can. If you want to look at the different features that the package includes, see a full list, scroll down, just more information about the individual packages, and then the different categories as well is broken down for you and what the prices start from, not what the total is. They're just starting at this price. So looking at these, like look, this one is $26,000, and that's just the starting price, and that just means it can go up, right? So definitely a very useful vendor to use when you're building luxury sports packages. I'm gonna click on rates here. You can download a brochure if that's something that, like, if you're doing events, and you want to print those off, you can hand them out. And again, this is just another breakdown of the packages available. So this one is specific to the different dates there. The hotels, if this is a standard room, 12-night packages start from this price. And then if you want suites or something like that, you can call for the rates. Yeah. And then it has the information on the deposit amount, on how to secure the package. Now, when you're booking these, this one, you don't actually have to do anything really. You have the information from your client, what they want with the information, and all you do is either, like, get this custom quote, or you're going to give them a call, and then they will actually build the quote for you. So that way you can share it to your client. With road trips, you get 12% commission. And again, you're not actually building these packages. They have travel advisors within road trips that's going to build it for you, and you gain a commission from it. So that one is really useful, especially when it's like the high class, like luxury sports travel. And one thing I figured out with clients who do a lot of sports travel, they're not so much worried about the ticket price. All they want to do is see their team, see that match, see whatever sport it is that they want to see, and stay in a nice place. So when you're thinking about things like the Super Bowl or like boxing matches or things like that, location is also a nice thing to look at as well, because then you can kind of market to see what other activities are going on around that area. So if you guys don't know, the Super Bowl for next year, so in February 2023, is going to be in Glendale, Arizona. So start actually looking for hotels and, flights and stuff going to that actual location now. And then when the time comes, when the tickets come out, you already have a general idea of what the price points are, the hotels will be best to stay at, because you want to, factor in parking as well. And another thing about like sports travel, especially like with football and things like that, the closer you get to the event, the more expensive it's going to be. So even though we don't know who's going to be playing in the Super Bowl yet, but some people already still are, saving up to go see that event because it's a Super Bowl. It doesn't really matter who's playing. I mean, it does, but it doesn't, right? If you're going to go, you're already going to be saving up to go. So that's how you kind of build it up with road trips. If you want to build your own package, so say you have somebody that is trying to go to a specific game, you can do that as well. As you can see from my background, you know what fan I am. I'm a Raiders fan, so I'm gonna build a Raiders package today. Getting to know your stadium is very important. It just is very convenient that the Raiders is in Las Vegas, not only because like I'm biased, like I like that team, but Allegiant Stadium is really nice because they have different events going on throughout the year. So it's not just sports that they do. They also have like concerts and things like that. So it's a really nice stadium to start at because it's in the perfect location. Las Vegas is literally the adult playhouse. So there's a lot of different things you can do. You could turn a general sports package where they're going to a game into a whole week-long event where they're doing different tours and activities and stuff. Excuse me. So see here, Raiders are going against the Cardinals. That's going on this week. So we're not going to actually market for that one. It's a little too soon. I'm going to try to look for a game that's hot ticket. A lot of people like the Broncos, so that's a nice game to market. The only thing is it's on October 2nd. It's currently the 16th, so that might be a little close to try to get people round up to get that one. So we're going to see what else here. Week 10. That's like November time frame. So we're gonna go with this one. We're just gonna do Raiders versus the Colts. Not saying there's anything wrong with the Colts or anything, but they're not the Raiders. So it has the information here. So it's week 10. The game is actually gonna be November 13th. Doors open at 10, and the event starts at 1. Parking options, premium suites, the whole 9 yards. So that's gonna be on the Allegiant Stadium site. But we aren't gonna be going based off of this race. We're gonna build it up ourselves. We're just using this as a guide to kind of, excuse me, get the information that we need to make our ad. So next, you want to look at the different locations that are around that stadium. So on here, it says view parking options. When people are going to games, whether they're local or not, that is something that you want to factor in, because they're gonna obviously have to pay parking fees. If you're just selling tickets to someone local that's already in the city or the state, that's fine. Parking isn't so much a big deal when you're just selling the tickets to them. But for travelers, that can make or break things, because they're gonna be there for a while. So you want to try to give them as much value as you can, while also saving them a little bit of money where you can, basically. So that's why I searched up, all I did was search up Las Vegas Strip map, and then I found this one. It has all the hotels on there, has Allegiant Stadium, and then it tells you the different hotels that are in that area. So this is perfect. It's right across from the stadium. So if they're staying at one of these hotels, they can literally just walk over to the stadium, and they don't have to worry about parking fees. And then they don't have to worry about actually having parking. Like some hotels, you have to pay to park like per day when you're staying there. They won't have to worry about that as well. Now, of course, if your client wants to get a rental car and they want to, do the whole thing where they're like traveling, hitting up different spots on the strip, and they want to get a rental car, that's perfectly fine. Just let them know there's going to be parking fees available. But for the actual particular game, they won't need one unless they're doing tailgates and they want to be in a parking lot or something like that. But for anybody who's been to Vegas, the strip with all the different hotels, a lot of them are very close together. So you can honestly get by without having a rental car in Vegas and you're staying on the strip, because you can walk through. And then it's also fun and interactive, because while you're walking on the street, they have street performers. They have little shows that you can watch, like Treasure Island has a show. Bellagio has like the water, shows, right? So you don't want to miss that if you're in a car, basically. And that's something that you can highlight as well, unless, like I said, they're adamant about getting a rental car. So looking at this for Allegiant Stadium, 10, 11, 12 are going to be our hotels that we're looking at. The Delano, Mandalay Bay, and the Four Seasons. I am particularly going to market for the Mandalay Bay because I know and recognize that name. Not saying there's anything wrong with Delano or Four Seasons. I just know that Mandalay Bay is like a reputable name, and a lot of people know what that is. So that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to be using Delta Vacations to quote the hotel and flight information for this. You can use American Airlines Vacations, American Airline Vacations. Sorry. You can use RoomRez, you can use Expedia Tap, whatever booking engine that has like flight and hotel packages you can use. I'm just using Delta Vacations for this one because I like the function of it. So flight and hotels are already highlighted for me, and the car is optional. Origin code. If you don't know your origin code, you can click on it and then it shows the different airport codes on here. I know mine is Columbus and then Las Vegas. Best price is already selected for me. I'm not going to worry about one stop or nonstop flights just yet. Main cabin, unless you can specify. They have business on here, premium, comfort. We're just going to do basic economy. departure date. So the game is on the 13th. So we want to travel ahead of time to kind of get, some activities going over the weekend. So we're gonna fly in on Thursday. And then we are gonna return on that Monday. Yes, because the game is at 1, it's not at 8, so that's fine. And then typically I found with people who are doing sports travels, they tend to travel in bigger groups. So 4 to 6 is a good one to kind of quote for. We are gonna do 4 for this one. Cause a lot of times people don't really go to a big game like that by themselves. They want to go with somebody, go with their friends, hang out, drink or whatever, have fun type of thing. And then we are going to hit, oh, no, I messed up. Go back. I forgot to change the number of rooms. We're not gonna put 4 people and run 1 room. That's ridiculous. We are gonna split them up between 2 people or 2 rooms there. So let me make sure I have all this right here. 11, 14, okay. All right, so we have 2 in 1 room, 2 in another room. And the thing I like about Delta Vacations is it has a full, thorough breakdown of everything. So even if even though we're quoting Mandalay Bay, if your clients say, hey, we want to stay at the Bellagio, you can actually book the 2 different hotels in one booking. You don't have to like do 2 separate things. So that's nice. And that just pretty much covers, like, say, like, I know with couple trips or bachelorette parties or things like that, some people prefer hotels over others. It makes it easy to kind of keep everybody's booking in one thing while also giving them what they want. So you can search this a different way. You can search it by price, name, rating, filter by the location. We are going to actually search because I said I want to do the Mandalay Bay. So that's what we are gonna, where is it? There it is. Actually specifically look for the Mandalay Bay. You can show more room options. We're just gonna do the standard for now, the Resort King room. And then the room 2, like I said, you can change it if they want, but we're gonna just keep everybody at the same place. And then you also have the option of adding car services for your clients through Delta Vacations, which is nice. So this doesn't really particularly pertain to sports travel per se, but again, if you have like a bachelorette party or a bachelor party or like a group that's celebrating something like a wedding or anything, you can actually order limo services for your clients. If you want to order like a SUV service for them, round trip transfers, you can do that as well, to kind of just add something new to your bookings and things like that. And then it has a car rental information on here as well. But I think the whole limousine thing is really cool, especially when it pertains to like events like that, because it's a nice little touch with your clients to say, hey, did you want to take a limo there? Or did you want to have a personal SUV escort you through the strip or something like that? I just thought that was really cool. But no car rental desired this time. And then you can also look through activities as well. So that's why we're going through the whole weekend starting Thursday, because the game isn't until Sunday. So they can do things like a helicopter tour if they want to go to the Hoover Dam. There's tours there. Now, one thing I will say, you can definitely book the tours and things like this, that through Delta, or you can send them your Viator link and then have them book their activities through there as well. So that's a alternative option for you if they don't see something on here that they like. Going here, and then it asks you the travel protection. There's 2 different kinds, plus or regular. You always do the plus. Email. All right, so we got all the way through here, 4 nights for both of them. And this is what it's gonna be. So the total package price, the summary is right here. $4,742.20 for 4 people. So we have the deposit information and then what the balance will be due on this date. The cool thing about Delta here is you can have them purchase it now, which means they do the full payment or the deposit. Or you can actually hold this booking when you hit confirm. So it'll keep it at a price guarantee for whatever you found it for. And it'll hold it up until the date it states for the deposit to be due or the full payment to be due if there's no deposit available. So that's nice. So if they're not ready to book right then and there, you can say, okay, well, I can hold this at this price for 3 days for you. And then on this date, we would have to have the deposit ready or the price is may fluctuate or something, like just let them know. And then this is also a nice little thing to add cancellation fees. So if you're doing like a quote, to kind of have this copied and pasted at the bottom somewhere along with this information here. So that way they're aware that, hey, if you're canceling before this is what your fee is going to be. And they can't say that they didn't know because you have it printed off at the bottom of your quote or itinerary that you sent them. Now, when we're building this information, because we're building it from scratch, I know with like deposits starting at this price and things like that, you can do it a different way with, there's a different way to do it with sports travel. I feel like I have to sneeze. That's why I'm like talking like that. But we can go based off of the deposit amount for the flight and the hotel. But I also add the ticket at full price for all 4 people as well. So that way I can say that it's included in there. You can't put a deposit on a ticket. It's all or nothing. Same thing with concert events. It's either you're buying it or you're not. So that's why I have that included with there. So they're not confused as to why it's a little bit more expensive if you just do the deposit amount for the flight and the hotel. If that makes sense. I hope it's gonna clear up things when I show you what the method to my madness when I do this. So how to do is gonna be 1428. I'm gonna leave that simmering there. Now I use golden tickets when I sell my tickets. You can also do Event 365. You'll have to register them and then put Archer Travels information as your host agency with them. But this is what I use just because I like golden tickets. But this is a travel agent site. So, okay, it's not coming. This is what you're going to use if you yourself are booking either for your client or you're booking for yourself. So golden tickets for travelagents.com. Now, when you register, they also give you an affiliate. And this will be the one that you use to send to your clients if they want to book their tickets themselves. So if they say, hey, just cover my flight and hotel, and then we're going to get our tickets ourselves. You're like, okay, cool. Let me send you my link. This is the one that they see because it doesn't have all that travel agent information on there. And then they could directly book through here. And then all you have to do is fill out a commission tracking form because it'll send you an email when they book. So we're going to go through here. Obviously, you will sign in to your information. I'm not going to do all that right now. And then I'm going to go to that. So Las Vegas Raiders. And then it's gonna pull the whole schedule for that team. Excuse me, guys. All right, so we're doing the Colts and the Raiders. We're gonna hit view tickets. And it's gonna show me all the tickets that are available. Now, if you have people that are local to Vegas, you can also book their parking passes. And you can price that in as well if that's something that you're interested in doing. But for this purposes, I'm just doing the tickets. And then I'm going to look for groups of 4. Excuse me. Thank you. There it was. I needed that. Now, every now and again, you may come across a situation where your group wants to break up. So like if there's opposing teams, one half of them want to sit on the home side, the other half want to sit on the visitor side, right? And they're like going against each other. So that's why you can do like 2 or 3 or 1, right? Depending on the location. But for these ones, we're just gonna have them all sit together. Majority of the time, people want to sit together, whether opposing or not. But you could run into that. So I'm clicking 4. I'm gonna hit 4. And then I don't need to go to secure checkout or anything because like I said, the tickets are all or nothing. So there's no deposit information. It says it's not including any fees. This is what the price is for those tickets. So that's $16.20. And I'm gonna add that to my deposit information. So $16.20 equals, so that is the total amount of the initial deposit, meaning the flight and hotels plus the tickets. And then I'm going to divide this by 4. And this is the number that you're gonna mark it. So you're gonna say it's starting at $762 per person for a group of 4 for tickets, flights, hotel, and then you want to highlight it's 2 separate rooms. So you have the standard Resort King room, but 2 of them you don't want to say like it's just 1 room because people are gonna think 4 people in 1 room. No, thank you. You want to be as transparent as you can with that. So now I'm going to create my ad. As you can see, I did one earlier, but I'm going to show you what I did here. I am partial to Canva. You can use Poster My Wall. You can use Adobe Photo Editor if you want. I just like Canva because it's just a personal preference. So I always use Instagram Post Square because I can post it on to Instagram, Facebook, my Google business page, anything without having to do many resizing. And then I'm going to look up sports. And for these ads, I keep it as generic and as possible because when I'm building these packages, I want it to be customizable to the teams as well. So they come up with a bunch of different templates here. Volleyball, right? So they have different ones for different teams. If you're a track fan, you can do that. College, this will be a good one for college teams, volleyball team, another football one, baseball. So whatever sport you're highlighting or trying to, highlight basically, it'll they have a template there for you. Sorry, I lost my words for a second. So like I said, I like this one for NFL. And I'm going to keep this one positive or keep this one generic. So I'm going to keep this picture, keep this background, all of this. And I'm going to change this to Raiders. Raiders. Colts. Oh, my allergies. I apologize, everybody. I just It's that time of the year where the weather is changing. It's like super cold in the morning and like hot during the day and then cold again. It's just messing me up. All right, and this is gonna be at Allegiant Stadium. Now you can play with this a little bit. So this is the Raiders and the Colts. So like if you want to change the colors to the actual team colors, you can do that. Is it that shade of blue? I don't feel like it is. Right. You want to edit the image and change it to different colors. Blah, blah. Maybe not. I'm not gonna change it because I don't want to mess it up. But you can definitely do that. I like the way it looks with this red because red is a very eye-catching color, regardless if it's the team's color or not. It shoots out at you. So I just like to keep it that way. And there you go. That's my ad. I'm not gonna add my phone number to it. I'm not gonna add my logo to it. Because when I'm making my post, I'm gonna add all that information in there. When it comes to visualization with sports travel, you want to keep it as simple as possible because things are interchanging like all the time. Like you have a full season that you have to market for, and it gets kind of tedious if you have to change every little detail every single time. So like you saw here, I just changed the names on the team, the date, and then what stadium is at. If I had to like put my phone number and information and things like that, my logo and everything on here, I would have to change this ad every single time. And that after doing that, like you see this schedule. Let me go back here. If it'll let me. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I would have had to change it like 8 times. Like nobody has time to do all that. So that's why I'm gonna save it here. I already have a copy of this saved, only this is reversed, but it's okay. And then now I'm going to post it. So I already kind of created a post like this a little bit earlier. So I'll show you what I scheduled already. Ooh. I'm gonna go to post in stories on my Meta Suite. And then I'm gonna go to scheduled here. So I want this to get seen by as many eyes as possible. So I'm gonna post it on game day. And I'm gonna post it an hour before the game actually starts. Because I don't know about you, but I do fantasy football. And during that, hour before, I'm checking my team, making sure everybody's still, healthy, making sure that, I have the right players in at the time. Like I'm on my phone. If you're in my Facebook groups, you can check to see if there's any bets going on, if that's something that you're into, like sports betting. But typically you're on your phone, right? So there's a high chance that if I get this posted onto Facebook during that time where people are looking at their phones, they're gonna see the schedule, the game, and then the packages that I'm marketing for, and they're gonna be like, hey, that sounds like something I'm interested in doing. That's in 2 months from now. I could definitely save for that. And then they're gonna inquire about it. So that's why I have all the text and info in the actual post part, and then they see the picture and things like that, and then they can inquire from there. So this is what I put, but who are you rooting for, right? Simple question, attention grabber. And then I say, come see the showdown between the Colts and the Raiders at Allegiant Stadium. Doors open at 10 a.m. So if you know basic football, games normally start at 1, but we don't want to say doors open at 1 because they'll be late. Obviously, they want to have fun, do the tailgate, get whatever gear that they want to get for the game. If they want to buy jerseys, go through the stadium, things like that, get their snacks and their food, and then they'll be set for game. And I also put that on there for the people who are local to that city. They know what time to kind of get there. And then under it, I put for travelers package. So these are for the people who are out of town, right? This is what their package includes. This is the hotel that they're going to be staying at. They get the 2 resort. I'm gonna add standard. 2 standard resort king rooms. That way they understand it's a standard room. It's not like a deluxe room or something like that. They get round trip flights, travel protection, and then game day tickets. It tells you the deposit information when it's starting at $767. Starting at $762 per person for a group of 4. And then I want them to visit my site for their free quote. And then I have a whole host of hashtags. So NFL, Game Day Ready, Raiders, Colts, Showdown, Raider Nation, Colts fans, right? So a lot of this is repetitive, but you want to be repetitive because you want those keywords in your ad. So when people are searching them up on Facebook, your ad is going to pop up and then they're going to be able to see it. So that pretty much is what I will post with it. And again, I have my picture, football match, Raiders and Colts. Earlier, I accidentally reversed these. The Colts is supposed to go here and Raiders there, but I didn't feel like changing it. So that's what the picture is going to be. And that's pretty much how you kind of build your sports package from scratch. I personally like to build it from scratch myself because I like to control what it is that I'm providing my clients, and I know the exact value of everything I'm giving them. Not to say anything's wrong with road trips, because road trips actually does really good about, doing the luxury travel and things like that. But like I said, I like to kind of make things personal. I know the exact game, the exact, teams that are playing. I've done my research on that. Same thing with like big sports bowl games, like the Rose Bowl and things like that. When it comes to the playoffs, when you're watching those games, you want to be tuned into what's going on with those teams. Just because like when it comes to the playoffs and like as soon as the game is over, you want to have yourself available and ready to be booking the finals game, because that's going to be something where by the time the next day or the next morning comes around or the next day or something, those tickets could be sold out already. So you want to kind of be on top of it and kind of market yourself in a way where you're keeping track of the schedule with all the sports that you're marketing for. So right now I do individual tickets, and then every now and again I'll throw out like a sports package or something like that for people who kind of want to travel for a game. It's like football season right now. I'm also doing hockey as well. I don't know much about hockey personally, but I still look at the schedule and kind of figure out what the fan base is, so that way I can start marketing for when it comes to like is it the Stanley Cup? I feel like it's the Stanley Cup. So when things like that start rolling around, I can build the luxury packages for those who want to visit or travel for that. I'm gonna stop sharing here. Same thing with overseas. So Wimbledon, if you want to start looking into what is it called? I can't think of it. Olympics, right? Whenever that starts. There's different little sports, cricket, rugby. You can really book anything related to travel. You just have to do your research on it, honestly. Let me show you one more thing here. I'm sorry. Trying to get through this without sneezing again. Another thing that Golden Tickets provides is this social media library. And when I'm posting individual tickets, this is what I use for my pictures. Oh, look down here. See, it says ticket types, racing, boxing. Boxing is actually a really high ticket sport, because like, man, it's not gonna let me show you. But a lot of people love to go to boxing matches, and they love to sit close, to where they could feel the sweat splashing on you, right? So that could be something that you could be looking into, boxing matches, because looking at different hotels and things, if the sooner like you figure out when a match is going on, the better it is for clients, because it's gonna be cheaper. Because once they announce where that's gonna be at, those flights are gonna skyrocket, those rooms are gonna skyrocket, it's gonna be super expensive, and those tickets are gonna skyrocket as well. And then looking down here, you can sell rodeos also. That's something new I did not know about, but it's also really cool. Because that's a market for some people. So that's pretty much everything I have for you today. I hope this was helpful in how to build any kind of sports packages. If you have any questions, feel free to reach me in the Telegram chats. If you like this video, or if you think that, or if you want me to do this continuously, like every month, like a reoccurring training, just feel free to let me know in the comment section. Like and subscribe to my page. I'm always doing new trainings. And when you subscribe, it'll pop up on your feed. You'll be able to see them sooner than when I'm able to post in the chats. All right. Thank you for coming. You guys have a great day.